Stein. I'm a 6th grader in expeditionary learning. I think this program is really fun because you don't just learn things. Normally you just read a book, take a test, and you'd be done with it. In expeditionary learning, you'd read a book, maybe learn a lot of stuff about it, maybe go on a field trip or two or something about that.
Our tagline, our mission, explore, learn, connect, act, really encapsulates what we try to do. Explore the world around us, learn constantly, connect with your community, act with purpose.
If there has to be one big event that I would say really changed me as far as being an ExL this year, it would have to probably be the Yosemite snow winter backpacking trip.
Oh, that was really fun.
Yeah, it's just kind of like one of those enlightening moments when you're traveling through the snow with a small group of people and you're living with them in the snow.
The challenges students face are as varied as the number of students we have. They are all either prepared or have a certain level of maturity at the time they come in. And the development that takes place just depends on the individual. It's meant to be challenging. We have very high standards, academic and behavior. And we hold them to those standards. So, yeah, there are going to be some kids who struggle more than others. There are going to be others that were sort of ahead of the curve when they first came in, so the challenges would not be as significant, but still the opportunity for growth is there, and we see significant strides in all the students.
Well, it's a little bit challenging.
Yeah,
with all the projects that come along, and you have to cooperate with a group and be patient. Yeah.
Or cooperate with yourself and work, figure out when you're going to work on certain things.
At first, since it was the first trip that you ever did, I was really nervous that I was gonna forget something because you packed just a little bit of extra clothes if some got wet. And since it was the first trip, I was pretty nervous, but once you got out there, it was just fun and you lost track of all that nervousness.
Don't think of it as, oh, field trips, we're gonna go on field trips all the time. Yes, you'll go on field trips, but you will have to do a project on them. And they're not bad projects, they're fun, but it requires a lot of focus, concentration.
This program really does change your life. It helps you grow. It helps you mature.
An experience I had was field guides. You manage your time a lot. You have to manage your time.
We recently did a bridge project in science, and we were in groups of 5, and we had to come up with a blueprint, a company name, and we had to get this all approved, and we had to calculate with a certain amount of sticks that we would use and how many we would have left over if there were any at all.
In this project, we get to learn how to design structural supports and understand how the physical relations between that can create structural instabilities or strengths that can hold weight.
One of the unwritten goals in expeditionary learning is to prepare our students to go out into the world and do good, to make the world a better place. To do that, we challenge them, we hold them accountable, and we recognize their success.
Try to instill with them in the ExL program has really stuck with them and has helped them in their adult life. I get the privilege of watching these kids progress from 6th on through 8th grade. And we were doing a project the other day, and some of the 8th graders were coming in that were in my 6th grade class, and being able to see them progress from 6th on through 8th grade now and see the skills that they have acquired each year, that speaks so loudly for what we're doing in the program.
We got more information by actually being there ourselves instead of going online and just seeing a description of the painting. We actually got to see the real live painting.
And it wasn't all just like visiting museums and stuff. You had to we got this little booklet for the field trip, and that we had to take notes and do a bunch of projects and stuff on, and it took a lot of our time, but it was still really fun.
I think it sticks longer. If you were just to read something in a history book or look something up through a science book, you remember it, but you want you see all this stuff that you'll probably end up forgetting it. So if you go hands-on, one-on-one with a thing that you're gonna learn, it's really sticks to you.
There were definitely times where I was very challenged with those projects and maybe wanted to quit, but because of my friends talking me into it and helping me through, I got a good grade on the field guide and stayed in expeditionary learning and got to experience what ExL was all about.
Something that's unique about this program is the bonds that not only that you share with your friends and your little family that you have, but with the teachers, because you grow so close to them and they get you so well and they're there for you this whole experience because they know how hard it is.
ExL is a pretty difficult program. You have to challenge yourself, but in the end it's worth it because you learn so much more.
ExL really helped me to stop procrastinating.
If I was talking to a 5th grader, I would say to them that it's not as hard as you think. You wouldn't be nervous. You'd actually have a great time in ExL.
And before I started at ExL, I thought that it would be a lot of projects, tons of homework, but it sounded pretty bad, but I kind of wanted to do it, so I signed up. And then when I came, it turned out to be really fun. You get really close to the people that you work with. It's a blast.
I would tell you that the teachers are very nice and that the projects are fun and you get to go on lots of field trips.
Overnight field trip. It's really unique to middle school to have parents be such an integral part of the partnership in an educational journey. And I know that all of these students would love to give their parents a big shout out right now too, because we couldn't do what we do in expeditionary learning without our fabulous parents.
I'm thrilled to have had my child be accepted into this program. He came to me when he was in 5th grade and he wanted to try out this program, and I had heard about it, and his cousin had attended it 10 or 15 years ago.
It's incredible, and words just can't express how much I saw these children grow in a week's time. And I watched them come back to classes and carry those things that they learned and bring them back home.
And they all learn to work together in ways. They might not always be best friends, but they all become close and they become very tolerant, and you just don't see that in a middle school environment very often.
The projects they get to do and working with their team members is definitely, whether they like it or not, I mean, I'm not going to say they enjoyed every minute because it's work and it's pushing them outside their comfort zone, which is exactly what education, I think, should do. It's not just reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's hands-on stuff you're going to encounter later in life.
It starts with the parents. The parents create this incredible, remarkable foundation that everything is built on. The parents are there to support their students. The students come willing and ready to learn, and then the teachers are added to that component, and they bring their commitment and their expertise.
Learn it without trying to remember it. You can actually go out and do it. It's a little bit more work, but it pays off because you get to have a lot of fun on your field trips and learn a lot about the community and the world.
A different way of learning than individual work. You really learn how to bond with your team members and respect them even if you have a hard time working with them.
I feel like the program has been a good experience for me for the past 3 years because sometimes it's hard to like kind of fit in, I guess you could say. Like if some people are different, but this is a kind of like your own community within ExL, and you just make good friends.
Don't be afraid to join the program. It's a great experience.
Sometimes your friends can help you out sometimes.
It's just a lot more fun than what you would be doing on a computer or at home.
I kind of knew what trips were going to happen because my sister was 4 years older than me and she was in ExL before me. So she'd come home after trips, overnight trips, and she'd like, oh my gosh, we saw so many things, and I'm like, I'm jealous.
I say the expeditions really put you together and force you to use teamwork or connect with everyone around you, including the teachers. And I would just have to say it's a great program and I wouldn't miss out on it.
This school is amazing. It really expands your horizons and makes it so that what you have the options to do is so much larger, and it really prepares you and gets you ready for what's ahead and takes you on a journey that's serious, and that you realize that this is not a joke anymore, that this is real, that high school's coming, and after high school is college, and college sets you up for life later on. So I feel like this is the perfect way to prepare you earlier than high school does. It's like another step in that journey of life, and it really helps and expands.
It's a different way to learn. You're not just reading the textbook, you're living what you're doing.